तो वो समझ नहीं रहे थे। तो इस तरह से, मगर अंततोगत्वा I know that it will fructify, it will become a success.
So when you look back, Gurudev, you do. My own sense is that this mediation process, which I think was going on through 2017, 18, 19, that was the period, 17 to 19, if I'm not mistaken, when the mediation process was going on, I feel it did contribute to a mood setting before the Supreme Court verdict. That's my sense. It was not a futile exercise because for the first time, there was a feeling that the matter can be resolved. Because it had gone on for so long, people had given up. And also, don't you agree, Gurudev, that there were vested interests? I mean, also among those who were opposed to the Ram Mandir, they had a vested interest in delaying a resolution to this matter.
Absolutely, absolutely. There are some elements whose jivika iske saath chalta tha. Their livelihood was in this conflict. So some people thrive on conflicts. Here, mainly people who, let me say, put it this way. Yeah, some people's livelihood was conflict. Whereas in other side, if you see, people were willing to come together and settle this once for all.
What do you make of like Muslim Personal Law Board and OSC and others who constantly, even right now, you know, they make these incendiary comments and the people can get provoked. People can get provoked.
You know, they are not at all, I tell you, they are not at all the party to this, at all. People who are party to the conflict were all spoken and were all made to agree for this. And they see the light through. They see that these are other, you know, what you call as people who are not at all party to the conflict.
Now, Gurudev, a difficult question. You said at the earlier part of the conversation that many people felt that if Ram Mandir issue is resolved from the Muslim side, that there would be a final resolution, and their biggest fear was 3,000 other temples or other places of worship. Now, Gurudev, a question. Gyanvapi has come up. Mathura has come up. Kashi. These are also issues which are emotionally connected to Hindus. Very, very strongly emotionally connected. Gyanvapi is already in the court, and I think Krishna Janmabhoomi issue is also going to the court. So all the temples which are being built or rebuilt are not like a reconstruction or rather a development project like Kashi Vishwanath or Somnath. There are others where it's in the nature of a land dispute, if I may say so, on whether a temple had been built over by a Muslim ruler, etc. And you are aware of the details of this. My question to you is, Gurudev, how do we tackle this? Given the fact that, one, there is a need to establish temples where they belong and for Hindus to worship in places that are sacred to them. I mean, you can't, if it's like telling the Christians to go to Tuscany and not go to the Vatican. They can't do that. Similarly, on the other side, there are politicians who will use this to breed insecurity. And thirdly, there is a court process. Gurudev, you are a person with divine wisdom. Now, you saw certain matters in the past and you gave your thoughts to Ashok Singhal when he met you. Where do you see this going?
Hindus' demand has been for these three temples from long time, right from the beginning of our independence, or even before that, I would say. Kashi Vishwanath, the Maryada Purushottam Sri Ram, and Sri Krishna's birthplace. These have been the demand or the wish of the people from a long, long time. And you know about all the history, what happened to the Mathura, Dargah and all that. It was already been negotiated and sold, and then later on it was blocked. Something happened like that. Again, here I would say, one thing is to correct the wrong that has been done in the past. Second is to see in the future there is a harmonious growth in our society with respect for all. Everyone will have to live by their self-respect. Nobody's feeling must be hurt, and that we need to see. And we live in this big country with so many diverse traditions and religions and thoughts. We cannot go on fighting over these issues that will hamper our development. That's a very, very big thing that we all have to look at. Especially the younger generation, they want to go forward into science and into spirituality, into development, into art and culture, and that cannot be held back with these issues which could really tear them apart. That's where I would say wisdom should prevail. You know, before you could never think that, okay, Hajj, subsidies will be finished one day, or women will be free from triple talaq, they get justice, or whatever has happened in Kashmir. This was unthinkable before. But with skill and with communication with people and the dexterity with which our government is taking, I think that is so much needed. Abolition of 370 is such a big gift, not only to India but to Kashmir also. People there all happy with this thing, you see. So of course there will be vested interests. Some people will have different of opinion. These differences will have to be sorted out beyond politics, and people will definitely use any contentious issue to gain political mileage. That you cannot avoid.